Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Abigail, the ultimate guru, and with me, as always, is my co host, DJ Beerbelly, the Kanye of comedy, the world's only comedian, Bryden Proctor.
Sup, Zagnuts?
Oh, goodness gracious. You don't have to worry about a thing because we are here to help, and only one of us is old enough to know what a Zagnut is.
It's a candy bar. It's good.
If you have any senior citizen problems, Bryden's here to help.
It's true, man. You should try a Fifth Avenue bar as well. They're pretty good.
Never heard of that either, but you did explain it to me. Everything is like a Butterfinger, but coated in something else,
Pretty much.
apparently.
Yeah, pretty much.
Butterfingers are good.
The Fifth Avenue is better. Butterfinger is a chocolate shell. The Fifth Avenue is chocolate. It's just
Yeah.
better. It's different. You wouldn't think it would be. It is different. I
I,
promise
I
you.
do get that it's different.
It's better in every way.
How do you feel about a Snickers?
Stickers are pretty good.
I like Snickers.
I mean, it's like not, of all time. It's not,
No.
but
But the dark chocolate almond one is a solid candy bar.
I haven't had one of those in fucking ages.
It's so good. I don't even know if they make them anymore.
I don't like that all the candy bars are fucking king size.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
What the fuck?
What happened to the little ones? Because I don't need a king size Twix. I just
No.
don't.
They're-
It's too much.
Yeah, they make the Twix bigger, make us fat. As a
They
great
want
man
us to
once
be
said.
obese.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, and it used to be, oh, look, there's, children selling dollar cake size candy bars out of a fucking
Mm-hmm.
cardboard suitcase, and you're helping the softball team or whatever, right? Cool.
Yeah.
I don't see that anymore. Now
Or
they're
at the movie
running-
theater. You get a king size one as a treat when you go to the movie theater a
Yeah.
couple times a year. You know?
Exactly. You don't need to, everything's the fucking king size all the time. Yeah, of course I want 4 fucking Reese's peanut butter cups, dude. But I shouldn't. And you're making
Yeah.
me fucking pay more for them when it's a scam. And they made them smaller and then packaged them more. I don't like it. It's all a big plot.
It is. I tried to make my own chocolates for a little bit, but I'm bad at it. I'm really bad at it. I don't understand how to temper it properly, so I failed completely.
I've never once in my entire life tried to make chocolate. I leave that to the experts at the factory.
Yeah. And they're going to make you fat.
I mean, I guess, like, I don't know. Fucking leave Willy Wonka alone. He's
Yeah.
all right. Last time I saw him, he was Johnny Depp.
Creeper.
No.
You want to tell me Willy Wonka does not seem like a creeper to you?
No.
Johnny Depp Willy Wonka specifically.
Well, Johnny Depp Willy Wonka wasn't as cool as Gene Wilder fucking Willy
No.
Wonka, but I don't know. I didn't like his Michael Jackson voice he was doing. I didn't watch the whole movie. I mean, I just I remember when it came out like 2008 or some shit.
As someone who really, really likes Johnny Depp because I really, really like Tim Burton,
Mhm.
that was a shit movie.
Well, yeah, those big white sunglasses in it. Those are pretty cool.
I did like that.
Like that. But outside of that, I mean, I don't remember. All of the Oompa Loompas looked fucking strange. I didn't like that part.
And it's his fault. I still regularly in my head and try not to say it out loud.
The
Think,
N-word?
good morning, sunshine. The earth says hello. That one's not Johnny Depp's fault. No, that's my dad's fault.
Well, that's a song.
You know how in Brave New World they they play over a speaker while the babies are asleep, like, gee, I'm glad I'm not a gamma.
Oh yeah,
I-
bullshit. Yeah.
I'm absolutely convinced that I was just having, the N-word. And oh, guys, I just whispered in my ear. It's not my fault, is what I'm saying.
It wasn't whispered. That was just your parents fighting in the other room, and it was muffled.
Oh, that explains why sometimes
just
I
not-
just think, you stupid bitch!
This is not a conspiracy against you. This is the story of many, many people with bad childhoods growing
Yeah,
up in broken homes.
It's a fair point. Man, my sister and I would sneak out of bed when my parents were still together and peek around the corner, and it was like going to the Coliseum and watching a fight, we would
Good
just watch.
That's good. I'm
Yeah.
sure that had a great effect on everybody.
Yeah,
Growing up totally fucking normal.
it was fine. It was fine. I'm fine. I turned out fine.
Sure. Yeah, the hair dye proves that.
Yeah, I do have purple hair.
Democrat. It's your fault California's on fire.
It's not I'm not responsible for the California
Who
fires.
are you, Gavin Newsom?
He is responsible,
I
okay? And
mean,
that
yeah.
mayor lady, absolutely.
She's fucking crazy, dude. She's completely retarded, and I just not answering any questions at the fucking airport, and then
Oh
having
yeah,
your press
that was
conference
bad.
and saying, like everybody impacted, you can find your resources at URL. Californians need to stand together. No, her speechwriter has to be fired because they didn't put in the URL, the
No.
fucking website didn't put that in there. Uh, and then she just fucking read it. Clearly, the first time she had ever read it, just didn't reference, hey, we forgot to put that in there. I'm sorry, we'll get that information for you. Just kept going.
It's just amateur hour out there right now, man.
That lady's
Anyone
awesome.
still in California, even if you still have your house, you need to get out.
Yeah, I'm sure a
These
lot of people
people
will.
are not doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will. I mean, at what
You're gonna
point?
die.
Yeah, yeah. Well, guess what? We're all going to die because they're going to burn them all out of Cal. Maybe that's the plan. They burn them all out of California. They move to red states because they heard those are nice, and then vote in a bunch of Democrats who continue to cause problems and set our states on fire.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That might be it. Maybe that was the plan.
And there's the land grab thing,
Sure.
prime real estate.
Gotta they gotta build more camps so they can put 1,500 kids telling them stories. This astral projection thing has gotten out of hand, dude.
That's what it is. They're using directed energy weapons on Maui in California to build more facilities for the astral projecting children. Which, if you want to hear more about this and why the US Army is studying reincarnation and they have evidence of
Yeah,
reincarnation being real, go listen to our bonus episode last week at patreon.com/here to help podcast.
and then there's some bit about diarrhea for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't even remember that, but
That was the only good part.
probably.
That's the only good part. We started talking about diarrhea for 10 minutes.
No, I was really interested in that Stubblebine character. God, that killed me. Okay.
Yeah. So
You can't have a name like Albert Stubblebine the Third
yeah, he was a third.
and expect to be taken seriously. But no, he's real, and people take him. Well, I don't know how
Some people.
seriously people take him, but he's a person with a position.
Doesn't really, I mean, I get what you're saying, but that doesn't really like narrow it down. I mean, that's every employed person. Like,
That's fair.
met this guy at 7-Eleven the other day. He's definitely a person with a position.
Not ridiculous at all. I bet he had a normal name.
No. No, his name was Tommy Poop Grabber.
Oh no. The poor kid. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so we break it all down. We spit out, the facts you need about the CIA and their secret activities.
Yeah. So what's on the old docket today there?
I have a Dear Abby.
Oh boy, is it fucking retarded? Because
No,
okay.
we don't have retarded listeners. And the
Almost
other one
exclusively,
wasn't
dude.
retarded. It was schizophrenic. That's
Sure.
not the same thing.
That's also not great. Scarier, really.
Yeah, really.
I don't know what's scarier. If somebody asks like how to cook eggs or how to talk to Satan.
Well, She's not asking me how to talk to Satan. She's asking me to do it. So that's,
That's
it's
good.
a different thing.
Keep hunting ghosts in your house with your EVP. That'll be good. Talk to Satan, get the EVP out, keep scaring your children, and invite in the devil. That'll work. It's a good fucking movie right there, man.
Sounds like a good plan.
I'm just eat a Zagnut.
Okay. Such a
They
dumb
get
name for a candy bar.
it's not a great. It sounds like something you'd call somebody in the 6th grade,
Yes, it does.
but it also
Or you
like
would say instead of a swear in front of your kids,
yeah
Yeah. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, it gets like sticky in your teeth, but in a good way.
It's never in a good way.
Nah, you'd be surprised. I'm telling you, you don't know. The Zagnut's odd. It's a
Okay, I'll
strange
have to
duck.
get
This
one.
candy bar.
I'm gonna have to try it.
You see what? Get it. They're pretty good.
I've never seen one before,
But if you
okay.
do,
Dear Abby, I think I'm in love. There's an orange heart. Should I leave Twitter forever and pretend it never existed, or just embrace the cringe? I don't know what you mean by that, sir, but embrace the cringe. Stay on Twitter. We need your support. Retweet the show.
oh yeah, there's I don't know who runs it, but somebody made a here to help podcast Twitter account.
Yeah. I wonder who that is.
I think that one's what is the? I'll have to look it up. Podcast H, the number 2H. So
There you go. Everyone go follow.
that's said you can't fucking call anybody faggots or anything. I just have to sit there and like watch other people have fun. Because the moment I goddamn say anything, I'm like not even following. They're not even following people, and
That person.
that person who can't fucking. Everybody else gets to call people retard, and I'm not allowed. He's not allowed.
Nope.
I mean,
I'm allowed. I've done it a lot of times.
yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I'm way better at it. Creative.
Well, you go for the throat in a different way. I will literally call someone a poo-poo duty head because like that makes them more mad and it's funny, but you're just like actually going for the throat,
Oh, I don't have a lot of control in my life, or I don't get to get my anger out that often. So
Yeah, you've got no control of yourself on Twitter, that's for sure. Maybe that's why you're not allowed there.
I might not be allowed. Read the thing.
You're not like a decent person. Anyway, so my advice is to stay on Twitter because we appreciate you there. And also, like, I don't know, is you're concerned that you will get cringe or that they will see your cringe? Because either way,
It's gonna happen.
it's who you are. You have to just deal with it. You have to deal with who you are.
I think you ought to get off of Twitter and deal with who you are.
No, they have to retweet the show from my pinned tweet.
They're
every
already
week.
not doing that.
Yes, that's true. Why are you not doing that? You know who you are.
So
You all know who you are. You know how we got someone to retweet before last week or whatever it was? Okay? It's the people I was pissed off at and swearing at and threatening on the show retweeted it. Okay? Apparently, I just need to threaten people every week and that person will retweet.
no, they probably just if you mention their name because people are all goddamn vain as shit.
Narcissist.
And they're
yeah.
like, I'm one of 2 people that listens to this show, but they said my name this time instead of his.
That's probably all it is.
They just retweet it because they're like, I'm in this one, not the other guy.
We should just start listing people's names
I
at the
mean-
beginning. There you go.
Fuck even doing a podcast. We'll just say people's names. I said they have this on TikTok where someone will just write somebody's name down if they donate to them. And people just pile in and just give them like, $1 or whatever. And they just write their name down and they're like, thank you, Sarah. And then,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's fucking insane I don't know. I want to just do that.
That would be great. I don't know how some people make that work.
I don't know.
Why I don't get how you draw people in like that because you got people that like Opie from Opie and Anthony now does Facebook Lives where he just sits there and he's like, calls out the like 10 people who show up, like, hey, how's it going today, man?
Well,
Calls them out by name, but he's not making money off of that.
he's just having fun, it sounds like.
He's just chilling. Yes, I know, but like he's got a TikTok and stuff, so why doesn't it work for Opie? But it works for these random people.
I mean, has he fucking tried it? Has he been like, I'm gonna write down everybody's name when they donate $1 to me?
He doesn't write them. He just says hi and
See, that's the
pretends to be
difference.
their friend.
A Sharpie and a piece of fucking cardboard. That's the difference.
Okay.
That's.
I'll tweet it at him. Maybe he'll see it. Maybe he'll listen. I doubt it.
I mean, we got to start trying stuff like that because my goal ultimately is that the podcast just becomes a fucking Russian numbers station, and we just just upload every week, just an hour of numbers.
Get really into numerology, and it's just like that's what we mean by it. Not like explaining what they mean or adding things. It's just like this is a numerology podcast now. 384 1562.
Do that for an hour, and then the Here to Help podcast can start tweeting weird things, and we can just turn the whole thing into an ARG, and we'll do that. We'll just do that instead.
I don't see why not.
Like, why not just make a creepy weird number thing?
I don't think anyone would even notice the difference.
Not a chance.
It's be fine.
One of these times I'm gonna upload like after 15 minutes. The rest is gonna be just silence.
And see if anyone says anything. Or you can do like bands do. They'll do a secret song, so it's like 30 minutes of silence and then another song plays at the end, and that's just what we do with the last 15 minutes of the show. Like just a big just there.
If they did listen at all, though, they would just assume Bryden fucked the audio up again.
Yeah.
I think they might say something. Then they would say something because they'd be like, oh, now I get to hound somebody and feel better about myself for something I had no hand in. And then they complain. So that's the way that it is. It's like, not the people that could tell me, hey, the show's fucked up, people that I do talk to, they won't tell me.
Oh, no.
They won't tell me. They'll just tell you and complain about me to you.
To me, yes, yeah.
The nice thing to do would say, send me a message. Hey, Bryden, this is fucked up.
Yep.
I feel like I'm being played.
At all times, yes.
It's not good.
By all people.
Fucking Zagnuts.
I still think, though, that you should have uploaded the audio from the other week that you messed up, where you just have your side. I think that would be interesting for people, just as an extra thing, not like as the week's episode, but like, we upload the regular show tonight, upload the special one, that's just that to just so people can see what it's like.
Just so people can easily chop it all up to make me say different things than I said in the show. Nice idea. Nope, they won't be able to do it as smoothly. I'm giving them samples.
But don't you think that the people who listen to our show, they listen to you every week and they're probably thinking, man, I wish I could be there to tell Bryden how stupid he is and to refute what he's saying. And then they could just be the one to respond, listening on their headphones, sweeping the floor in their house while their kids are running around. They're just like, no, Bryden, you shut the fuck up because I'm not talking. And so it's just them,
And then when I say something completely different, I mean, they're like, actually, that is stupid because fucking Stephen King stinks or whatever. And then the next thing I'm talking about goddamn Doritos is not.
As if that's not what it's like for me on the show, Bryden. That's exactly what happens.
I don't know. Sometimes you just beat, like now you're just beating a topic into the ground when we should have moved on to something else.
You were still responding.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of on autopilot this month, so.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is what happens when he doesn't drink.
I know. It's fucking horrible, really.
It's a lot better than when you do drink, though, if I'm being honest.
Why?
It's not too bad.
I'm not having fun.
Because you suck.
Shut up, Zagnut.
Time to get into our Reddit advice segment, everybody, because we are here to help the world, even stinky Redditors.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think all of them smell bad, right?
Most of them. I mean, a lot of them.
Well, like, what's left? Who's doing Reddit now? I don't know how popular it is with like the kids.
No, I think it's like a staple for the kids. For the kids, it's like a thing that has always existed.
Eh, I don't know. It's a real piece of shit now, and I haven't been on there for years.
Like my Zoomer in-law that I have, she was like, "Yeah, I just, for mom stuff because she just had her first baby. I went to Reddit and, back in my day we went to Baby Center, but people just go to Reddit now. It's
Yeah.
just like it's just instead of forums, instead of like different categorized like separate forums, people just all go to Reddit. It's just
Well,
there.
I mean, also think about it, if you search something, there's 17 years or something of like archived backlog of Reddit posts of people who might have had this specific problem. So
Well,
it's
that's
usually
what.
great for troubleshooting crap, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It used to be that that was the case for baby center. Like you Google something about pregnancy and like some baby center forum post pops up of a lady who had your exact question and a bunch of moms who had that question before they figured it out and are telling her, that
and then the
just,
the the link under that is an
it's
old
nice.
news article for a woman that killed her kids because she had postpartum depression.
Yeah.
I think that the people that went on the mom forums are,
Psychotic?
yeah, like kind of
Yeah.
nuts. You can't have that many moms in one area.
No, I mean, I think I've talked about this on here several times, but like, yeah, no, they're psychotic. Like the first time I ever encountered the concept of like doxing someone and ruining their entire life for something they posted online was in these baby forums on Baby Center.
It's
And
fucking
it's like they
crazy.
have rules there where when you sign up for an account, they're like, okay, and remember, you should not be using your real name or email.
Wow.
This is the internet. The internet's not a safe place. It's very millennial. Like, and then they have like burn forums that are like spin-off, like hard to find forums where they just pick a user and like hate them and like figure out who they are in real life and follow their real life Instagram. And they're like, look at this bitch. She gets the Sonic slush every day. No wonder she's so freaking fat. And it's like,
I fucking hate women.
it's insane. So yeah, when I first made a Twitter account, I knew not to let anyone know anything about me because moms are worse actually
Yeah, women are pretty
than
terrible.
like babysitter was way more vicious than anything I've encountered since then online. And I've been in some vicious places online.
I don't know.
Like vicious to women specifically.
Women's. I would hate to be on a whole fucking forum full of women. I mean,
They're all pregnant.
yeah. So they're not even the best they could be. They're all fucking
They're the
crazy.
most insane they've ever been or ever will be. And they're posting online under a fake name.
We can
Yeah,
get
it gets a little.
we need like fucking like pregnant lady island. Well, that'd get invaded. There'd be a boat of perverts over there real quick.
Yeah? Do you mean like a survivor type show? I'm
No,
picturing like stranded with no medical care. I don't know how that's going to
no.
work.
I you're just like a place for them to be while they're in there having
Oh.
that condition.
Well, the Catholics have places like that. It's a lot like a low security women's prison, and you don't get to leave with the baby.
Well, I mean, maybe broken clock right twice a day.
Yeah.
uh, like pregnant lady island. We send you there. It's nice. They've got towels for your feet or whatever, right?
That's what we need.
It's
Towels for our
hot,
feet. We can't even reach our feet. We're not
hot.
drying our feet
There's
off.
hot towels for your big bloated gross feet.
Are there people to put them on the feet? That's the question.
Sure, we got to screen them because I
That's
mean,
where we could send the immigrants.
there you go. That's what we need: an island filled with pregnant women and Indian dudes.
Okay, never mind. This is dealing with feet. Okay, this is worse than the women as cars idea. We need to rein it in. Let's do our advice for other people.
All right.
From r/Harrisonburg. Need a fake kid to piss off my wife.
I saw this. This is
So
great.
cute. My wife and I are watching Elf together, and we saw the part where Buddy, Will Ferrell's real dad, James Can. How are you supposed to say that? Caan?
I have no idea.
Kane. I don't know. Some actor tells his wife
John
about
Condi.
tells his wife about Buddy. I don't think he was in that movie. No.
No, it's not.
Tells his wife about Buddy, and his wife gets excited about this surprise adult kid that pops into their life from a time before they knew each other. I point out to my wife that it's a little unbelievable that she would immediately be on board. I then comment that she, my wife, would actually be mad at me in this situation, even if I genuinely did not know the kid existed and it was conceived before I had met her. She denies it, but I know my wife. We're in our early 40s and have been married 10 years, together for 12, so I need a 20-ish kid to knock on the door and tell me they're my kid and that they just wanted to meet me. Gotta be convincing and really talk about how your mom and I were once really happy before she died of something tragic. Quote, I mean, not quote, parentheses, dealer's choice. Job pays $100. I would do that for $100 if I was like a
Sure.
teenager, like 20. Like, yeah.
I mean, I love that.
There's,
But here's where the plan falls apart.
yeah.
Can't be died tragically. What? That's never come up in your whole marriage? Like, oh yeah, I had an ex that died tragically. No,
That's
it's better if it was like, it was a fling,
that's a
spring
good
break or
point.
whatever. I'm just trying to help this guy.
Yes. Or maybe she died like after they broke up
Oh yeah, I guess you
and
could do
like
that.
she was gone. Like that she ran off with her pregnant belly and didn't tell him anything and then she died like 2 years after the kid was born.
No, she got hit by a train, but only the upper half, and it popped the kid out.
Okay, yeah. And the only reason that happened is to save all the babies that were tied to the other section of the tracks, like it was a necessary sacrifice. She's a hero, really. She was yelling, "Flip the switch! Flip the switch! I'll sacrifice myself." Sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I would do it though. Like this is a perfect job for just a bored theater kid. Someone will do it.
Yeah, we're a drug addict who wants an easy $100, and then you got a
Yeah.
whole nother situation.
Because then oh yeah. See, that would be a good movie. You pay someone to pretend to be your kid, and it turns out he's a drug addict, and now you have to keep the bit going because he's not going to go away, and he wants more money. So now you just have this drug addict. You don't know how to tell your wife that you lied to her about it, and he's just like, "Well, I got to move in because I quit college just to take a gap year."
Because what if she's like, she is right away? It's like, oh man, I'm so happy, and like
And
loves
she's
this
so
kid.
excited that you don't want to tell her that it's not. So now this is just your son now. That'd be a great movie.
Dude, if you made him like, he probably couldn't be a drug addict in the '80s. Might have could get away with it in the '90s. I'm thinking that's a great network sitcom.
Yeah.
The drug addict's
Yeah.
probably a little too much for
Well, he'd probably be like a
1980.
scammer,
Yeah.
like just like cartoonish crap.
Yeah. Be pretty good. Although, I mean, a zany fentanyl addict sounds like a pretty fun character.
Way better. Yes.
Like he's doing that fentanyl lean thing, and she like has to hide. He has to like hide from her that he's a fentanyl addict, and he, leaning back and forth. Oh, we got arm around him. We're just palling around.
I know how
We
racist
can
this is going to sound, but all I'm picturing is Will Smith the age he was a freshman.
That would be great.
He would do so good.
Would be good.
All right. There's no advice for that person. I just wanted to support them. We support people here too. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of pictures of Gerard Way that I have to scroll through on my phone to get to the
What the fuck?
Why did I save so many that day?
That day, I mean, there's been more days.
There's a lot.
That's
It's
fucking ridiculous.
Those were all he had the red hair and that was all from like one section of like one album. Okay.
And I mean, the only time I ever save pictures is so that I could send them to somebody as some type of. I've got a line for it.
Oh, I just use them as reaction images.
Oh, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah. Just
But
sometimes I'll just post it.
you just reply. You're basically just replying every time with "I'm gay."
Yeah. Well, you know what's great? Because I was joking just about Gerard Way being gay one day, and I thought that if I typed Gerard gay into the GIF search bar, that it would be him doing some like prissy, because he does make like weird gay hand
Yeah,
gestures
a
and
rock
stuff
star.
sometimes. Yeah, like, but no, it was literally the exact same GIFs, and I was just dying. It's just like, no, it's just him. He is Gerard Gay. Like, no
Yeah.
difference in the gifts.
I thought you were searching it like in the Twitter search bar, and you just found out there's several people named Gerard Gay.
Mm-mm,
It's got to be
no,
a
but
guy.
if you search that in the Twitter search bar, you find a bunch of um, like younger Zoomers who are convinced that he's trans and he's a woman and
Oh, good.
calling him she. Which, because they don't understand what things were like before 2 years ago or whatever this it started. Like that, no, he was edgy because he just was whatever he wanted to be. He was edgy because he didn't
Which
categorize.
none,
They're
which
not understanding
none of it was
like where we were at.
none of it was actually edgy. Honestly, let's just be
No,
honest here. But
no.
I
Well, it wouldn't have been that popular if it was actually edgy. You know.
it's still a good bit though, and I think we should pick a celebrity, like maybe John
Yeah.
Goodman or something, and just start
Yes.
saying they're trans.
Yes, queen. No, but that's basically what it is. Like, nobody is discussing it. It's just, oh, she looks great in this picture or whatever. It's literally just, it just is, as if there was some sort of announcement. It's like he wears dresses on stage because he doesn't think he thinks that, but
He's probably
it would,
fucking trans, dude. I mean, he's a
he's not.
40
He's
something year
just,
old hyper liberal guy who's been a rock star to
he's just a
15-year-old
lib.
girls his whole life.
Yeah, he's just a lib. He's not trans.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll see when he needs more attention if
He's
he,
like
if he becomes
probably
trans, huh?
bisexual.
Well, I still think we ought to start referring to John Goodman as she.
I'm in favor of this. We could name this episode something along the lines of, congratulations on coming out of the closet, John Goodman.
Yeah.
Yes, queen.
There you go. You tag him in it.
Is he on Twitter?
I don't know.
Or if he's not, I'll just tag Roseanne. It's the same thing. John
Dad,
Goodman is
why are
a
you
woman.
wearing my dress?
That would have been. It's too bad that she, had to call that lady a monkey on Twitter and got that show canceled. That's where it would have gone.
She didn't even do that. The joke was
She
objectively
didn't.
fucking funny.
It was.
And I do not believe that I do not believe that Roseanne knew that she was black. I think she thought she was a white lady, and it was a
Roseanne
fucking great joke.
She literally has brain damage. You cannot just go like, well, it's obvious that she's black. No, this is Roseanne. She has brain damage.
They just wanted a reason to be mad, and the joke was fucking hilarious. And I don't think John Goodman has a goddamn Twitter account. Well, guess we have to send him emails. Her emails.
You're good at that.
Gotta start a trans John Goodman fan account.
I still own Fat Gerard Way, by the way. I could change it to Fat Gerard Gay. We could do something with that. But just so you know, I took that when he was still fat, and now I can't do anything with it because he's not fat anymore, but I have the at, okay?
You also have a bunch of fucking pictures, apparently. Why don't you just upload those pictures?
Because he's not fat in them. It's not the pit. I have to find the fat pictures.
I'm sure on one of those Gerard Way picture scrolling days, you can find one.
Yeah, probably. But I don't like those ones. This looks like a fat nerd.
Man.
Making comic books.
There should really just be a wave of referring to all fucking dumbass Hollywood celebrities as transgender and just see when they start to get mad about it.
Yes, I agree.
That would be great. Starting with John Goodman.
Poor guy. I like him,
He's
but
patient zero on this one.
all right. Next is Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Suits him.
Yeah, and there's pictures of him in a dress.
Even better. I
So,
bet there's plenty of pictures of John Goodman in a dress. I bet we
well,
could find that.
we're about to find out.
There's
John
no way he hasn't
Goodman
done that.
in a dress. I mean, and also give it a year.
Yeah.
The AI stuff will be. Yeah, here's John Goodman in a dress.
That'll be a perfect profile picture for the new account.
And it's on Pinterest, and it's John Goodman, celebrities, comma, transgender, comma, dude.
I knew it.
All right,
This
so
is the way.
busted, John Goodman. Congratulations on your lifestyle.
All right, from Musty Wigs. No one will ever read this, but sometimes whenever I eat M&Ms, I like to hold two M&Ms between my fingers and squeeze them as hard as I can until one
And
breaks.
this is an old copy. This is an old
Oh,
fucking
is it?
goddamn
Someone
copy
sent this
pasta.
to
Yeah,
me.
and then they send it. This is from 2006.
Okay, so people are just sending me junk from before I was on the internet because I'm not that old.
Yeah, because he takes it and he battles them and he sends them off, and then Eminem
Yes.
sent him a thing. That's an old internet story.
Okay, well that's not fun.
I know what's what. This is my territory. I've been around since the dawn of the internet. This has been my dominion. I was born here.
I was not. I adopted it later. I was forged by mom forums.
I was on AOL chat rooms pretending to be 16.
I had friends that were doing that. I would go over to my freaking 11-year-old friend's house for a sleepover, and she's like, "Yeah, I just talk to men online." My parents have no idea. And sometimes they want to do video calls, and I'm just like,
How? Oh
"What?"
wait, I was thinking. I was like, fucking how on 56K, and I'm like, oh, that was
Wish I
way
could.
later.
Yeah, I've yes, again, I was a little younger.
Hold on.
And it would just be a teenage boy, but still, like, what are you doing? Like,
Well, I wasn't like talking to chicks or anything on the internet. I was in like WWF chat rooms and stuff, but you know, you had to lie about your age because it's like people wouldn't take you seriously in the very, very serious chat rooms about wrestling if they knew you were,
mm.
8 years old or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So it's pretty
Yeah, I
important.
wonder how much of that fudging my husband, because my husband was talking about like music with like on forums way back in the day online. When he's like 12 years old, he's finding like black metal online. I wonder how that went for him. I bet he had to do some lying there.
I mean, probably nobody wants a 12-year-old on their fucking, website.
Metal forum,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I don't know. I mean, they're just out creeping around, but like, how else are they going to find that terrible fucking music?
Oh yeah, and show the other people what they're
Yeah,
making in their bedroom as well.
yeah. I mean,
You'd be surprised how good it was. I've heard it.
old chainsaw genre.
Yep. Recording into like a tape and then recording playing the tape back on a tape recorder and stuff to get that
To
sound.
get that stomped into the floor bullshit sound, yeah,
Yep.
it's so cool. Bands that do things like that are sweet.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he thought it was very cool at 13 years old or whatever. Yeah.
Hey, I know it sounds bad, but you know what would make it sound better if nobody can really hear it? It's just static. I love music.
Yeah.
And that's something that's a professional fucking black metal album.
Yep.
They just we're gonna record an old log. All right.
I think it's cute.
I think it's stupid.
It's like an autistic fixation. I don't know. It's just kind of cute.
Hey guys, let's all put on makeup and then go to the swamp and put our mics in the water and play that way.
Yep. Why not?
Because it's bad.
My 6-year-old nephew almost stepped on my 4-month-old's head.
Oh shit. Why is that? Hold on. Where's the baby? And then
On the
or
floor, probably.
okay, well
You
you
put babies on like a mat on the floor.
can't just have loose babies on the floor, dude. They get stomped.
Well, I mean, that's what you're trying to avoid. People need to not stomp on the baby, but yeah, you do have loose babies on the floor. It happens a lot.
Listen, I understand. Every time I walk anywhere, I'm making sure there's no babies. All right, but not everybody. You can't expect everybody to do that.
I don't know. I think if you know that the baby is there, you have a duty to try not to step on it.
Well, you can only move the baby when everybody's in the room. That way, everybody's got eyes on it. They all know where it is. It's like a bag of heist money. Everybody needs to know where it is at all times.
That's true. But usually people do.
Well, not in this case, and they almost had a smushed baby.
Sister-in-law made light of it. So the nephew's mom. He's in his button pushing era. Okay, so it was on purpose.
Oh! Like, and it was a little kid that almost did it.
Yeah, 6-year-old.
Oh, he's just
Which
being
6 is way old enough to know not to do that.
Yeah, I think most kids probably know very early you don't smush babies.
6 is when the button pushing should have ended.
Well, maybe they got a late start. They were a good kid up until then.
Yeah. I took my child into another room. He sheepishly apologized. I sternly said, "Thank you. Don't do it again." He told his mom I was evil, and now the whole family is fighting. Am I the asshole?
Um, Probably a
No.
little bit. No, hold on, hear me out. Probably a little bit because I'll bet it's not as severe as she's making it out to be, or it was in her head because she's, got a baby and they're like, she's fucking crazy, right? But the little kid's an asshole and shouldn't do that either. So I'm gonna
Right.
go ahead and chalk this up to your whole family is filled with assholes.
Everyone is being dramatic for no reason.
Sounds like you guys don't have a lot to do.
I don't know. I mean, if she really did just say thank you, don't do it again, sternly, like
Sure.
that's what you do. Yes. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Maybe he then went and lied because if he's a little shit, pretending he's going to step on babies' heads, he probably told his mom that you were meaner to him than you were.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why everybody's fighting.
Well, I think that probably happened, and I think she was a little meaner that she's put in the goddamn post because she's fucking has a newborn baby, so that means that her all
Oh, I'd be
shouldn't be able
meaner.
to drive.
I wouldn't be calm about that.
See, there you go. Point goes to the Bry dog.
You should not put your baby down around your nephew. He probably doesn't live with you, so that probably won't be too much of an imposition.
Yeah, and don't 6-year-olds just fucking run in and out of rooms all the time anyway? That's just asking. You can't. You put that baby near a pathway, just ask and get stomped, and that's on you.
Yeah, don't put them near pathways.
Can't
That's a
do
good
that.
point.
High traffic areas.
Well, yes, but the thing is that this was on purpose. This was a little kid
Sure,
was being a shit.
sure, but he didn't do it on purpose. He just acted like he was going to, right?
Yeah,
What do you think he's going to be capable of if it's actually on accident? You're just asking
that's fair.
for a flat kid.
Man, there was one time when my second was a baby, my oldest just like popped a squat over the baby. It was gonna sit on the baby. The
Oh,
baby's doing tummy time where they're laying on the mat on the floor, laying on their stomach to like practice holding up their head. So
mhm.
the kid's like, I ride mom like a horse for fun.
Oh,
I'm gonna anyway, I grabbed her before she could sit down. But that was scary. I learned a lesson that day because it's like that you could have crushed the baby.
yeah, he almost had a wheelchair kid.
Yeah.
That would have been rough. It'd be like, hey,
Yeah.
what happened?
Scary.
Well, my first one. Just
To be fair, she was a toddler, though. She
yeah,
wasn't 6 years old.
yeah, six
Just
seems
like I could ride the baby.
yeah, six. It's a bit worse, but I don't know,
Yep.
man.
So now I tell children, you can't sit on babies when they're around babies,
Sure. I mean,
just in case they don't know.
I would think that they would have picked that up by now, but
You never know.
I mean, is that something that the second one do that to the third one who was like,
No.
oh, time to sit on a kid.
No,
All right,
nobody sat on that one.
at least it's not like hereditary or whatever.
Yeah,
Just runs in
no.
your family. Just
We're all just sitting on kids.
it's just long line of babysitters.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we're done giving that person advice. Man, that what a weirdo.
It's
What a
times like
weirdo.
that I'm just really grateful I don't talk to my family, because that's just all families do. Is that they just
Yeah.
fucking that's all they're there for. It's just that. Just to I mean, we were never like super close or anything, but especially like those close families who are always like, we got to spend every holiday together and
Hmm.
all of that. That's all they do. They just live to do that.
To bicker and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
It depends on the family, I guess.
I've never met one of them that doesn't just you got to hear about some bullshit.
Oh, there's always some like background drama for sure. Like I go to any in-law gathering and I get stuck with the women. There's always some point where there's like a gender segregation thing going,
Sure.
and everyone that listens to this knows I'm socially retarded and grew up a tomboy with like guy friends and
And regularly retarded, and you are a boy.
yeah, and like so there's all these things, right? I'm not anyway, but the women always know about what's going on. There's drama going on with this other person that I'm vaguely aware of, and you have to hear all about it. I don't like that part.
Yeah, it sounds fucking retarded. Why didn't somebody shut those clucking hens up?
I don't know. The
Seems
men
like
just
the
ignore
seems like
it.
the men in the family need to have a few too many brewskis and take care of business.
No, no. Sometimes that's what the gossip is. Or there's the lady that stabs her husband occasionally. There's
Oh,
that. But
so
I mean,
that's
the
what.
jury's out on whether or not he deserves it, but she is crazy.
So you sit around. It's Thanksgiving. Set the scene here. It's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. You're sitting around
Yeah.
gossiping, whatever, and then you know one of them is like, "Did you hear brother Josiah beats his wife?" That's it. That's
Yeah.
your entertainment. The guys are
No.
like
I mean,
watching
no, it doesn't
football.
go with that. It's only funny when it's the woman doing it, I guess.
Oh, so more feminist bullshit. Yeah, that's great.
No, it's more like, yeah, and so is fighting with her sister and blah 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 and
That's even more boring.
yeah.
That sucks. Have you tried to tell him no?
I tried to change the subject and I tried to crack jokes.
That's different. No, like, have you tried just telling him no?
It's like,
Like,
no,
they
stop
just,
talking
yeah,
about that.
just no. That sucks. I hate that. Stop it. Try that. I mean, what do you got to lose?
I mean, that's a good point. I should just do that.
Just, they start yapping. No. Like, go and get them like a small travel size board game or whatever, and they start yapping about that bullshit. Hand it to him and go, you play this.
Well, you know what it does though? It makes me think like what do they say when I'm not here?
Shit about you
Like what but I want to know how they talk about me
poorly, like they do
when I'm not
everybody
there.
else.
Well, they don't talk about everybody poorly.
Mm.
There's different ways. It depends on how they feel about that person, like how like what the tone is around it.
Oh,
And it
you mean
makes
like
me
normal people?
curious. Yeah, but like how do people talk about me when I'm not at the thing?
They go, how do we convince her? How do we help her search for somebody on Twitter that doesn't have a Twitter account? Let's all pretend to be on her side. That's what they do when you're gone.
It all just comes back to that.
It's just that. I've been deep in here for about 3 years now, working this angle.
Yeah.
It was a big heist.
You looped in my best and oldest internet friends who assure me that they love me dearly and it's nothing personal.
You should bring them to Thanksgiving, and then they can stay. They can, if they're really your friends, they can stand in for you
Tell
while they
me, no,
just
there's no way they're gonna. No, they'll screw me over in a heartbeat. Every
maybe.
one of them.
Oh,
I've
you
gotten
could
to.
show up with a mustache and a top hat
That's a
and
good
be
idea.
like, "Hey,
No,
I'm Billy Top Hat," and then you Just go, how about this Abby lady? What do we think of her? She's a scoundrel, right?
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. See what happens.
I mean, worst case scenario, you just get to wear a fake mustache and a top hat and go to a social gathering. I mean, then they'll probably stop talking to you there altogether about all this shit.
That's fair. They'll probably stop inviting me.
Yeah.
I'll never have to go again. This is a fantastic idea.
I think if you're tired of going to a place all the time, show up one time dressed like Napoleon. You won't get fucking invited back.
No, that's not that they won't. I've showed up dressed weird. They don't care.
Napoleon?
They really don't. No, well, Beetlejuice. Like straight up jacket, pants, everything. With a witch hat, witch cowboy hat thing. Like they don't care. They're just like, oh, you look like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, wear a mustache.
Yeah.
Mustache, fake beard, anything.
It has gotten to a point though, online at least. Speaking of the internet friends, where there's a lot of people on Twitter that hate me and won't deal with me.
Yeah.
But they know that I will kick their ass verbally.
Oh,
you know what I
boy.
mean?
What
Text form.
What a
So
cool
they just avoid me.
badass.
I don't have any haters
So cool.
DMing me to kill myself. You know who does that? My best friends.
Well,
those are the people that are doing that. No haters DM me, insulting me or threatening me anymore. That ended.
Not anymore. I put them in their place. I'm Abby. My fucking sunglasses and leather jacket.
Yep.
Oh,
I did
such
that.
a
I'm
badass.
So cool.
Oh, I'm like
they can't beat me.
I'm like Wesley Snipes at the beginning of Blade, and all those
I'm exactly
vampires
like him.
are my haters. And that sword, that's
Mostly
my words. Because the pen is mightier than the sword. And I'm black.
And I'm black. I'm a lot like Blade now that you mention it.
That movie rules.
It's really good.
Really, I mean, the one of the best opening scenes to a movie ever. Vampire rave and then all the blood and the guy's freaking out.
To remember how it starts, yeah.
And then Blade shows up and he's like, I fucking wipes everybody out. It's
very
awesome.
Cool.
It's like in the first 5 minutes of the fucking movie, you know exactly what the movie is about. Goddamn vampires and a black guy that hates them.
Yep. It's fantastic. Okay. Hey all, I need help to kill my 20-year-old Office PC without being noticed by the IT people.
Okay. That's fine. I can help with that.
I'm tired of working, taking tremendous pressure using that 2003 model Dell Optiplex, and our IT won't give me a proper PC as long as this PC turns on. Here's the condition. Installation are unable, must run through IT desk. BIOS is locked. Casing is possible to open, but it's the last option. Why? Because my workstation is super slow, but the management won't replace it with the new one unless it's totally broken. Please, any idea of sabotage, stupid ideas are also welcome. Asking for a friend.
I mean, okay, just open the motherfucker up, and you see anything sticking up that you can grab? Go ahead. You do something real small. Pull that out of there.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. It should be, because I doubt they're going to go, well, we're just going to replace part of it and rebuild this 2003 Dell. They're going to go, well, throw that into the trash.
Oh, yeah. They'll try to turn the power button on and it's not going to work.
Nobody's going to, unless you've been talking about sabotaging it, nobody's going to think, oh, he opened it up and just broke something.
Well, even if you said, I accidentally spilled my coffee on it, and after dumping an entire cup of coffee on it, they would probably just be like, oh, well, that's unfortunate that you spilled your coffee. That's a thing that happens.
Well, if he doesn't drink coffee.
That's fair. He spilled his protein shake. He spilled his water. He's got some sort of drink.
They might not let him over there.
He's not allowed to drink anything all day?
No, because...
What is this, elementary school?
No, no, because he had a drinking problem before and he was drinking at work. The boss gave him a second chance, so he was like, okay, but no more sneaking into Gatorade bottles. And then,
It's just not a lot of fluids. It's
yeah, I
gonna be
mean,
great for an alcoholic.
that's why this guy, he's got problems. He's won't just break his computer.
All right, I think Bryden's right. Yeah, just start taking pieces out of it. They won't care.
Just little bits. Anything that sticks up and is connected by a couple little wires on a board on there, just pull it out. Unplug it first. Do that, but start
Yeah,
yanking.
probably unplug it before
Yeah.
you start getting pliers and yanking things out.
You shouldn't even need pliers. You'd just be able to pull on it. I mean, or hell, if you're gonna bring tools into this, just get little wire cutters and just snip one of them. Like one of the, it's just not gonna, it just won't work anymore. They're not gonna replace
Yeah.
anything. It's 2003 Dell. I was thinking about Dells the other day. They used to come in boxes that were cow patterned, and there was this guy on this dude with a backwards hat. He was supposed to be a cool guy. He was on the commercials, and he would say, "Dude, you're getting a Dell." And then I think that was after they had the cow pattern stuff. But then they were like, Dell PCs, $9.99, and you could buy a computer from the television.
Well, that's fun.
The olden days, back when we
Yeah.
had Zag Nuts and Fifth Avenues all over our,
I feel like I'm
medicine
talking to my
stores.
boomer uncle who he calls me and he'll be like, "Guess what I saw in the catalog this time?" They sent me another catalog. There's purple dishes, Abby. I bet you want those purple dishes. Ha ha ha. But I've got the cat. Like he's just like I'm a child and he's teasing me that I can't get the purple dishes because I don't have the catalog. Like,
What
how
catalog?
old does this man think I am? Like, and I just have to play along. I just have to be like, "Oh, you got me. I can't have the purple dishes. Oh, I'm upset." Like,
what catalog is this? Finger Hut?
Some old people catalog where like I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Let's Google this. Old people catalog where you order purple dishes. Well, I see some purple dishes that actually look fucking cool. I kind of thought.
No, the problem is that
that looked
sometimes it is
stupid.
cool stuff, and I have to be like, well, I mean, if you're not going to order it from the catalog for me, why are you telling me about it? Like, that's not nice. But I don't know. It's one of those like catalogs that people used to get. Just mail in a thing of what they wanted from it with a check or whatever. It's got like dishes and furniture and like books and like globes and like collectors items and stuff.
I like the only one I remember is the Finger Hut magazine, but I have a list of other magazines. One is called Lillian Vernon, and then the other one that I think is probably the magazine because it was for this Reddit person. And it looks like they've got all this crap. Is the Harriet Carter magazine. It's been around since 1958. You gotta fucking throw that on him. Be like, I know about the Harriet Carter magazine.
I got it myself.
They have a website.
Yeah. Oh man, the poor guy. He called me one day and he told to like brag about how he figured out how to get apps on his phone. Nice. He has a flip phone, the kind that you buy at Walgreens.
Oh yeah.
And he got an app on it. And he's like, I don't need a smartphone. And I'm like, dude,
you kind of do.
You have to call me so I can remind you the directions to my house. You need GPS. You need to get Google Maps, dude.
Yeah.
Like he literally still looks at a map before he goes places. Like,
how old is this
just
guy?
Get a smartphone. He was born in 57. So what is that?
Old.
65? I don't know how old he is.
It's 2025. I'm almost dead. I might as well have been born in 1957. Yeah, 68 years old. That's up there.
Yeah, he's an old man. He also calls me to brag when he gets a Social Security check because I told him once because I was arguing. We were like, because we debate politics sometimes. He's real dumb. He just watches the news and is convinced that everything is true, right? So, whatever is the last news person that said something to him is who he agrees with,
sure.
So it's like, but I don't know, he wants to talk about it, so I humor him. But anyway, we were debating about Social Security one time and I told him, like, look, you're leeching off of me. I'm never going to see Social Security. And I convinced him finally that I'm never going to see Social Security. And since then he gloats about how I'm never going to see. It's just, but this is all love, okay? This is not like when I talk about my dad, okay? These things, I'm listing things that I think are adorable. I'm sorry about reminiscing so much.
I prefer to think of it as this is all malicious and that people just constantly do this to you.
Well, this is why I can deal with the internet stuff so well, I think, is because this is the good people in my life. This is the guy that I call like my actual father figure, and this is how he raised me, just constantly challenging me and making me defend my beliefs too. Just which has been, it's
You'd
made me
think
a
you'd
little
get good at it.
insufferable. Yeah, eventually you'd think so. But he also like tried to force me to learn how to play chess by like drilling me all the time, and I never won a game of chess in my
Sure.
life. Not once. Like only against my kids. That's not really an accomplishment.
Just doesn't seem like a good way to get somebody to like chess.
Well, he just wanted to because he thought it would make me smarter or something. I don't know.
What
He's
kind?
just
Oh,
like smart
like
kids play
voodoo?
chess.
Yeah,
He
they
also
also wear
yeah.
glasses.
He also made me well, I do wear glasses. He also made me play Risk all the time. Like we were
Yeah.
either playing chess or Risk every time I saw him. I had to learn. I don't know if I was supposed to conquer the world or what. This one doesn't have anything to do with magic. I think I was supposed to be like Napoleon or something. I don't know. Everybody was training me for weird things I didn't understand. Okay, the school with the weird gifted and talented programs were also doing weird experiments.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're haunted.
Now I'm being haunted.
Yeah.
Yes. Now the ghost is doing weird experiments.
I mean, that might be it.
Yeah. Okay. How are we on time?
We are at an hour.
All right. Well, we're gonna save the rest for the bonus episode this week, everyone. You can go to patreon.com/here to help podcast to listen to that. And for as little as $1 a month, you can listen to the entire backlog. It's wonderful. There's a lot going on there.
What do you mean save the? We didn't have anything else.
I have things.
Yeah, but it was not. We ended that story. It was like, hey, break your computer like that. You made it sit because I was sitting there. I'm like, we're not leaving on a cliffhanger, right? No.
No, I'm just trying to entice people. Why are you pointing out my?
Well, I'm just making sure that I'm not losing it.
No, you're not. You're
Okay.
fine.
All right.
You ruined my thing, but
Well.
you're fine. Do you want to plug the Twitter again that
Um,
someone else made for
yeah,
our
the
podcast?
podcast H2H until that gets fucking kaputted.
Well, as long as whoever's running it behaves themselves, doesn't act like an insane psychopath.
This is how I am, dude. Truth teller.
Yeah.
And they hated him for he told the truth. that stranger on the internet's a retard.
Yeah.
The things you believe are stupid.
Also, I fucked your mom.
Yeah. I fucked your mom. All of your mothers.
At the same time.
They all lined up like I was a reverse of that whore in England who banged all those dudes.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
I thought it was funny. What a retard.
Yeah, she's not smart. I don't think she had to do that.
Probably not, but
I saw some interview with another like sex worker quote in
just say whore.
Another prostitute, another whore in England anyway, and the lady was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know why she did that. Like I get customers, I don't do that. Just like I don't really understand what the point is. Hopefully people don't expect the rest of us to do that because we're probably not going to do that.
I hope they do. I hope that there's a huge whore bubble and it bursts and all of these whores end up penniless.
I hope they end up penniless and that this is not a lucrative opportunity for them anymore so that they will go and do something better with their lives.
Oh, that's not why I want it to happen. I just don't like them.
I want them to starve.
Yeah, I just figure, I don't like them, so.
That's fair. You can follow me on Twitter at OctoAbby. That's with an I.
Like a
Abby
finger.
I, like finger. And retweet my pinned tweet every week. It's the episode from this week. Please retweet it. Just retweet it. Thank you, Cask and John, for retweeting this past week. We appreciate
Oh
that.
boy. New levels.
Yeah, there's that. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and have a great week. Secure in the knowledge that we are with you and we are the only ones you can trust are here to help.